the Vikings did it, man. What'd they do? The move. The move we were all waiting for the past 24 hours. We knew that something was going to happen, and it did. It happened. Now, Joshua Dobbs is now a Minnesota Viking. Do I like the move? Absolutely not. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all off the rip. I'm not going to make you wait through this video to hear my opinion, man. I don't like the move, all right? This is nothing against Joshua Dobbs being a good guy. I know he's literally a rocket science, man. Shout out to Rich Eisen show, man. Listen, they were saying like, there's rarely ever a time when you can talk about a quarterback saying, hey, come in and learn the playbook. It doesn't take a rocket science. Well, a rocket scientist. Well, he actually is a rocket scientist. That's crazy. So shout out to him, man. Very intelligent guy. Very intelligent, very nice, just a nice guy. What I expect the Vikings to go get a guy like him. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But, and hold on, before I get into why I don't like it, one more thing. Go Vols, you feel me? Go Vols, RIP to my grandfather, man, lived in Parsons, Tennessee. Heavy Vols fan. I mean, orange everywhere. I have Vols jackets. I have Vols hats, man. Shout out to one of my good guys, man, my friend at work, man, Matthew. Big Vols fan as well. So there's a couple little attachments there. All right? I got a couple strings dangling from my heart, right? But when it comes to him being the quarterback of the team that I root for, and I look at this and I say, Joshua Dobbs is the best you can do. That's what we can do. That's what we did right there. Like, to me, it's almost like trading. And I know the way it played out, especially sending Ezra Cleveland to the Jacksonville Jaguars, you pretty much got your pick back or whatever, however you want to dice it and slice it. But Joshua Dobbs does not move me. Okay. Now, 2018, he gets drafted. He goes to the Steelers. Okay. He played 5 football games. He had 50% completion percentage. The man played 5 football games for a total of 43 yards and 1 interception. All right. Now, we could say, hey, he's a rookie. Don't be too hard on him, RAP. All right. 2020. This was the next time he played a football game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He played 1 game. All right. He had a total of 2 yards. Okay. He was 4 for 5, 80%, but he had 2 yards. Okay. Then he went to the Tennessee Titans. This was the situation. This was last year when Ryan Tannehill kind of went down with an injury. The Titans were in limbo. And you know what? Dobbs been getting phone calls. And now we're the next people that called him. And he's been coming in, and kind of people that need a quarterback really quick need him to come in because he has that experience, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, he's played a total of 16 games since 2018. So, and he's very smart. He's a rocket scientist. He's a rocket scientist. This guy can learn a playbook pretty quick. And I'm not here to curb our boy Dobbs. You know, he's a Viking now. We're going to make him feel welcome. But I just got to state my opinion, man. That's why I do this, all right? Because there's a reason why, and we're going to get into that, all right? But he played 2 games, all right? He had, what did he have? 2 games. He had 411 yards, okay, for 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. All right. Now you can take that however you want to take that if you think that's good. Now this year comes around. The Arizona Cardinals are going through their situation with the quarterback, and we know Kyler Murray was going to be out for a long duration of time. So they called up Joshua Dobbs, hey, come save the season. Now he had his game against the Dallas Cowboys, where he played absolutely really good. Like, the whole team, the Cardinals were just clicking. Everything was on the money. He was looking good. They were like, hey, boy, Joshua, hold up, bro. Like, you playing a little too good, right? And he did that for that 1 game. But then it came back to earth, all right? It came back to earth. Now, for fans to think that Joshua Dobbs still makes us competitive, I just can't agree with that. There's nothing about Joshua Dobbs that makes us still competitive. Like, what is different from him and Nick Mullins or Sean Mannion? You know what I mean? So why I like Jaren Mahomes Hall as the better option so far and right now, especially right now, is because we don't have evidence yet. We don't know what he can bring to the table. I mean, if you call this experience, then, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm telling you right now, bro, like, at the end of the day, playing 16 football games in, what is that, 5 years, 6 years? I mean, that's some experience. I get what you're saying, but it's not good experience because he's not winning. All right, he's 1-7 with the Arizona Cardinals. He's 1-7, so there's nothing that really moves me there. All right, he has a little bit of mobility. I give him that. All right, a little bit of mobility. You feel me? But so does Jaren Mahomes Hall, and we don't have evidence of Hall yet. So I absolutely want to see Hall. Listen. It boils down to this, right? We traded, and you can say that we got our pick back, honestly, when we traded Ezra Cleveland to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to Quasey. I mean, kind of, it's like, damn, you traded Ezra for that, but still yet, I mean, you kind of recouped your pick. But let's see what it says. It says the Arizona Cardinals are sending Josh Dobbs and a 2024 7th-round pick to the Vikings in exchange for a 2024 6th-round pick. The team announced prior to the NFL's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time trade deadline Tuesday. Okay, my thing is this. When I think about Josh Dobbs and I think about Jaren Mahomes Hall, you're not going to tell me that Jaren Hall cannot be better than Josh Dobbs. What's the reason? Well, Jaren Mahomes Hall has been in the system since he got drafted. All right, he's been practicing against the defense that we put out on the field every day. That's really good. Been able to challenge him. He hears the verbiage. He's been around it for long enough. Now, it ain't forever, but it's long enough to where he should be comfortable. And I'm going to tell you again, I'm not here to tell y'all that Jaren Hall is going to be the next Vikings QB1 and we're going to be wearing 16 jerseys, okay? But what I am going to say, again, like I said last night, is give the kid a chance, bruh. Like, I just witnessed Will Levis go out there on Sunday and throw 4 touchdowns, balling out of his mind, looking like the best quarterback coming out of the draft. Literally. Now, it's one game, but I mean, it doesn't matter. He showed so much good things on Sunday. Because what's going to happen is, and I know I put out a poll, and it's obvious that the Vikings fans, want Jaren Hall. You feel me? Okay, so I put out a poll. I said, who would you rather finish the 2023 season out with? Jaren Mahomes Hall or Josh Dobbs? It's 87-13, and that's going off of 221 votes so far. And I just posted it a couple hours ago. But I'm going to tell you right now, I know nobody is excited about Joshua Dobbs being a Minnesota Viking. All right. Will it add a little bit of veteran presence? I guess so. Right. But I felt like Colt McCoy. I mean, goddamn, because what I'm thinking is these guys aren't going to play regardless. So I'm not looking at Joshua Dobbs as we're bringing him in because of his play, because of his skills. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the case in my book. And that's my opinion again and again. I'm not sitting here trying to bash Joshua Dobbs, although it might come off like that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think the value is there, man. Like, to make a playoff push, you put your young guy in that you went and drafted in the 5th round. You went and drafted him. You believed in him. You scouted him. You felt like this is a guy you can bring in and develop. That's what you need to do. And let's just say Jaren Mahomes Hall has a bad game Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. You don't just pull him out and say it's over with, right? Because that's the whole point of bringing in a guy in the 5th round, is to see if you can develop him. Hey, when you got a developmental project type quarterback, it takes more than one live game playing with the ones to see if he really can get to that level. And he did it in college, man. The guy was good. Number 2 in completion percentage when he had a clean pocket right behind CJ Stroud. All right, don't sleep on that stat, man. Let that stat sink in too. What's been good so far? Our offensive line, keeping Kirk clean. So give the kid a chance. We're going to see, man, because it all boils down to, can Jaren Mahomes Hall not be better than Joshua Dobbs? That's not really achieving too much, okay? But let me know how y'all feel about the Dobbs pick, man. Are y'all excited? I mean, obviously the numbers don't lie. Most of us want Jaren Mahomes Hall. I'm one of them, you feel me? And I'm rooting. I don't think I've been this excited in a long time. Not for what the team's going through, losing Kirk Cousins, because I much rather have Kirk Cousins as our quarterback to finish out this season. But there is some excitement there to actually root for a young guy, under center, man, taking over the team. And he's put in this position where, hey, here's the keys, man. Let's see what you got. This is your opportunity, man. This is a blessing in disguise for Jaren Mahomes Hall, although, it's kind of bad for Kirk Cousins on what happened, and we're praying for him and his family. But at the end of the day, man, for Jaren Mahomes Hall, there's a light there at the end of the tunnel, man. This is his opportunity to really put this team on his back and show us what he has, man. There's going to be ups and downs. So I don't want to see on Sunday when he throws an incompletion, everybody running to Twitter like, oh, see, I told you he wasn't good. Let the kid play the 60 minutes and let's talk about it afterwards. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.